Have you ever paused for a moment, just stood still in your kitchen, maybe holding a warm cup of tea, or rinsing a plate, and thought to yourself, this is the safest room in the house. It's familiar. It's cozy. It's where you make breakfast every morning, where memories live in the smell of baked bread or Sunday stew. But what if I told you, that right there in your kitchen, yes, your very own kitchen, there are hidden dangers. Not knives. Not fire. Something you can't see. Can't touch. Can't smell. But it could still be quietly, slowly, affecting your health. Now, I know that might sound a bit dramatic, but stick with me for a second. Because here's the thing, when you're over 65, your body doesn't handle things the same way it used to. Your immune system, not as quick to respond. Your nerves, a little more sensitive. Your heart, your brain, your bones, all a bit more vulnerable than they were 20 years ago. That's not fearmongering. That's just biology. And yet, we trust our homes. We trust our kitchens. But what if I told you that 5 everyday kitchen items, stuff you probably use every single day, are emitting small doses of radiation or electromagnetic waves, the kind of invisible energy that can interfere with your body's natural rhythms? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not some fringe idea. There's growing evidence, real, science-backed data, that certain common household items may be doing more harm than good, especially if you're over 65. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open your eyes. Because once you understand what these 5 things are, you'll be able to make small changes, easy changes, that could make a huge difference to your long-term health and peace of mind. And let me just tell you, number 4 on this list. It's the most surprising one of them all. Because it's sitting right next to your sink, right now. You probably look at it every day and think, oh, that's just part of my kitchen. But what it could be doing to your energy levels, your sleep, even your heart, is something nobody talks about. Until today. So if you're watching this and you're 65 or older, or if you love someone who is, listen closely. Because this isn't just about gadgets and gizmos. This is about your health. Your safety. Your home. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 5 kitchen items to watch out for, and what you can do to protect yourself without flipping your whole life upside down. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something simple. If you care about creating a safe space for yourself or someone you love, type "safe kitchen" in the comments right now. It lets me know you're here, and it helps more people like you find this important information. And while you're at it, go ahead and tap that like button, and subscribe to Elderly Health Central, because every week, we're uncovering powerful, little-known health truths to help you live better, longer, and more confidently. Alright. Let's talk about what might be hiding in your kitchen. And let's start with the most obvious culprit, but also the most overlooked. Let's talk about the first one, something nearly every kitchen has. The microwave oven. Picture this. Mary is 72. She lives alone, keeps her independence, and starts most of her mornings the same way, simple routine, warm bowl of oatmeal, maybe a cup of tea. She uses her microwave like clockwork. She even uses it to warm up leftovers for lunch, or heat some soup before bed. 2, sometimes 3 times a day. No big deal, right? But lately, Mary's been feeling off. A little dizzy. A little lightheaded. She tells her daughter, maybe it's just my blood pressure, but something's not adding up. Here's the truth, modern microwaves are designed with shielding. That part's true. But what most people don't realize is that even the best-made microwave, over time, wears down. And for seniors like Mary, with a nervous system that's naturally more sensitive, even low-level electromagnetic radiation can start messing with the body's internal rhythm. Especially the brain and heart. Microwaves work by vibrating water molecules at high speed. That's what cooks your food. But those vibrations create electromagnetic fields, EMFs, and if the seal on the door is old, or the metal shielding is slightly degraded, radiation can leak out. It's not enough to burn you. It's not enough to set off an alarm. But if you're standing directly in front of it every day, that slow, silent exposure can build up. A lot of people assume, well, the door shuts, it must be safe. But doors age. Rubber seals crack. Shields warp. So here's what you can do: try not to stand in front of the microwave while it's running, give it a few feet. If your microwave is older than 10 years, it might be time to replace it. Or better yet, start warming your meals on the stove. It takes a little longer, yes, but your body will thank you. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that makes sense. But what if I told you your frying pan could be just as dangerous? Let's talk about item number 2, non-stick cookware. Tom is 68. Still strong, still sharp, still loves making breakfast every morning. Bacon and eggs. Always eggs. He's been using the same non-stick pan for years, probably since his kids were in high school. One morning, his granddaughter says, "Grandpa, your pan is peeling." And he just chuckles, "Ah, that's nothing, it still works fine." But it's not nothing. See, older non-stick pans, especially those made with Teflon or PTFE coatings, start breaking down under heat. You won't always see it. But once that coating begins to flake, or chip, or even just overheat, it releases tiny particles and invisible gases into your food and your air. And those gases? They've been linked to hormone disruption, immune system issues, even cancer. Especially in people whose bodies can't filter toxins as efficiently anymore. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being informed. We tend to think, it's only dangerous when it's completely falling apart. But the truth is, damage starts long before it's visible. So here's your move: if your non-stick pans are old, scratched, or you don't even remember where you got them, it's time to let them go. Switch to ceramic or cast iron, they're safer, durable, and just as effective when used right. If you absolutely have to use non-stick, only cook on low to medium heat, and never leave the pan empty on a hot burner. Now, that covers the tools you use to cook. But what about the machine that's supposed to clean it all? Item number 3, the dishwasher. Ruth is 75. She's sharp as ever, reads 3 books a week. She lives with her son's family, helps cook, helps clean. Every night after dinner, she loads the dishwasher, hits start, and goes to relax in the den right next to the kitchen. But lately, she's noticed something strange. After dinner, she feels drained, a little more than usual. Sometimes it's hard to fall asleep. She's chalked it up to age, but that might not be the whole story. Dishwashers are more than just noisy boxes that clean dishes. They generate heat, steam, and EMFs, especially during the drying cycle. And if yours is built into a kitchen wall that shares space with a living room or bedroom, or if it runs while you're seated nearby, you may be getting subtle, repeated electromagnetic exposure without knowing it. Here's why that matters. EMFs have been shown to interfere with melatonin production, mess with sleep cycles, and even lower daytime energy. And for older adults, that disruption can hit much harder than for younger folks. So, what's the fix? Simple: run the dishwasher only when you're in a different room, or better yet, set it to run while you're asleep and far from the kitchen. If possible, open a window or ventilate the kitchen while it's running. And always keep a bit of distance, just a few feet can make a big difference. Now, let's move on to the most surprising item of them all. Item number 4, the electric water filter. Gerald is 70. His wife has kidney issues, so he invested in a fancy water filter with UV light purification, to make sure every drop they drink is clean. It sits right by their kitchen sink. Always plugged in. Always running. He thought he was doing something good. And in many ways, he was. But here's what he didn't know. Many of these modern, countertop filters, especially those that use UV sterilization or electric pumps, emit low-level radiation and electromagnetic waves. It's not dangerous in short bursts. But constant proximity, especially in elderly individuals who spend lots of time in the kitchen, can gradually interfere with cardiac rhythms, sleep quality, and even cognitive function. For seniors with pacemakers, the risk is even greater. And most people never think twice about it. Because we assume, if it's purifying our water, it must be helping. But when it runs 24/7, just inches from where you prepare food or lean over the sink, you're exposing yourself to an invisible source of stress on your body. Here's a safer way: choose gravity-based, non-electric water filters. They're effective, quiet, and radiation-free. If you already have an electric one, unplug it when not in use, and keep your distance while it runs. Simple habit shifts, big long-term gains. And finally, item number 5, the gas stove. Eleanor is 80. She's cooked on a gas stove her whole life. That blue flame feels like home. But lately, after making dinner, she's been getting mild headaches. She brushes it off. Maybe it's just the heat. Maybe it's just age. But what she doesn't realize is that her gas stove is quietly releasing nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and formaldehyde into the air. And in older adults, whose lungs are less elastic, whose hearts work a little harder, these gases can take a heavy toll. Even low levels of exposure can cause inflammation, asthma flare-ups, fatigue, and shortness of breath. And if your kitchen doesn't have proper ventilation, that gas builds up. And stays. The common belief? Just crack a window. It's fine. But it's not always enough. Especially not for someone with chronic lung disease or cardiovascular risk. Here's how to cook safer: always turn on the exhaust fan. Open the windows, wide, not just a crack. And if you're able, consider switching to an induction cooktop. They're electric, they're safer, and they produce no gas, no flames, and no radiation. These 5 items, your microwave, your non-stick pan, your dishwasher, your water filter, your gas stove, they seem ordinary. Familiar. But in a senior's home, they can become silent threats. Now that you know, you can take steps, not to live in fear, but to live with awareness. Because protecting your health isn't about panic, it's about proactive love. It's hard to believe, isn't it? That something as ordinary as a frying pan, as familiar as a microwave, could quietly be chipping away at your well-being, or the well-being of someone you love. It feels almost unfair. Because these are the things we've relied on for decades. Tools that helped us raise families, cook Sunday dinners, care for grandkids. And now we're being told they might be hurting us. That realization can sting. It can feel like the safety of our own home is being questioned. But listen closely. This isn't about guilt. This isn't about fear. This is about something much more powerful: awareness. Because awareness is the beginning of freedom. It means you're no longer in the dark. It means you're no longer walking through your daily routine with hidden risks all around you. It means you can finally take your health, and your home, back into your own hands. And that's not just empowering. It's life-changing. This is not about throwing out everything in your kitchen. It's not about being afraid to cook or clean or enjoy a warm cup of tea. It's about knowing where the risks are, and making smart, loving choices to reduce them. So take a walk through your kitchen today. Take 10 minutes. Look at your microwave. How old is it? Run your hand over your frying pan. Does it feel scratched or flaking? Ask yourself if you're standing too close when the dishwasher is running. Or whether your water filter really needs to be plugged in all the time. And don't keep this to yourself. Talk to your parents. Talk to your spouse. Talk to your elderly neighbor who still uses a gas stove from the 80s and doesn't think twice about it. Because even the smallest changes. A new pan, a few extra inches of space, a better fan, can make a big difference when it comes to long-term health. And here's the beautiful part, your kitchen can still be what it was always meant to be. A place of warmth. A place of healing. A place of shared stories and quiet comfort. You don't have to give that up. You just have to make it safer. And every time you choose to protect your body, every time you help someone else do the same, you're not just making a healthy choice. You're giving a gift. A gift of peace, of strength, of extra days and better nights, for yourself or someone you care deeply about. You're telling your body, I see you. I hear you. And I'm on your side. And that is a powerful act of love. So let's take a moment to breathe. And quickly revisit what we've uncovered together today. We explored 5 everyday kitchen items that may be silently releasing harmful radiation, fumes, or electromagnetic frequencies. Especially dangerous for those of us over 65. First, the microwave oven, so convenient, yet potentially leaking radiation if it's outdated or worn. Second, the non-stick cookware, easy to clean, but possibly flaking toxic particles when scratched or overheated. Third, the dishwasher, a modern marvel that may be exposing you to EMFs and humidity that mess with sleep and energy. Fourth, the electric water filter, meant to keep you safe, but quietly buzzing with radiation, especially if it runs 24/7. And fifth, the gas stove, a long-time kitchen staple releasing invisible gases that can harm vulnerable lungs and increase health risks. 5 simple items. 5 hidden dangers. And 5 opportunities to protect yourself, your partner, your parents, or anyone in your life who deserves a healthier home. Now let me ask you this. Which one of these surprised you the most? Was it the microwave? The water filter? Or maybe the gas stove that's been part of your family's cooking traditions for decades? Let us know in the comments. You might be shocked how many others are noticing the same things in their own homes. And your story, yes, yours, might just be the one that opens someone else's eyes. So go ahead and comment below with one simple phrase, I'm rethinking my kitchen. Or, if you're ready to take action, type, safe kitchen. Let's fill that comment section with support, awareness, and shared solutions. And if this video opened your eyes, even just a little, if it helped you see your kitchen in a new light, or gave you a reason to check in on someone you love, then do this one small thing, click that subscribe button and join our community here at Elderly Health Central. We're not just another health channel. We're a space where aging is met with care, with dignity, and with truth. Every day, we dive deep into topics most people overlook, natural ways to restore strength, hidden dangers in everyday life, and simple steps to keep you and your loved ones thriving at every age. No fear. No fluff. Just practical wisdom and heart. So subscribe, hit the like button if this video helped you, and maybe even share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because the more we talk about these things, the more lives we can quietly protect, without anyone even realizing it. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for caring. And thank you for choosing to be informed, empowered, and protective of the people who matter most. Stay curious. Stay compassionate. And remember this, health isn't just about doctors or prescriptions. It starts in the heart of your home, with the choices you make every day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, always.